Got a package here from Amazon. I'm going to open this up today using the MKM Isonzo. This is the version with a hawkbill blade. Okay. What I've got here is a Ti-Lite with a Kris profile blade from Cold Steel. This is, it says it's the Lynn Thompson Signature Edition. I don't think the ones that are currently on the Cold Steel website and in their catalog say that they are the Lynn Thompson ones. They do still have a Kris blade Ti-Lite. It's very similar to this. It'll have this same coyote brown handle, and this is the big 6-inch version. Okay. Got a big thumb stud there. Okay. Well, that's something. So Cold Steel does make a Kris sword and a Kris dagger, which I believe are sharpened on both edges. This being a folder, it's only sharpened on one edge, so that the edge that's exposed when the blade is closed is not out there where it's going to cut you or cut up your pant leg. It has this flipper tab on the front, which you can snag on your clothes and use it sort of like a wave opener, an Emerson wave opener, although it's not an Emerson wave opener. But you can use it with a similar effect of drawing it as it comes out of your pocket, so that the blade is deployed when it leaves your pocket. This is a big knife. This is a big pocket knife, 6-inch blade. The Cold Steel Ti-Lite has been available with a 6-inch blade for a long time. Usually it's a straight edge, not this wavy pattern here. I don't have another one to show you, but I have a similar knife. It's this blade design is traditional. You see these kinds of stilettos with this spear point blade in several contexts. This particular one is an Mar Ultralight. The Kris blade is a historical blade that dates back at least as far as the 9th century. And they see evidence of these in bas-relief carvings from the 800s in Indonesia. The Kris knife was originated in the Isle of Java, which is part of the Indonesian islands. And it has been used in military contexts in several wars. Has a long history. It could be older than the 9th century. It's just that that's the earliest evidence we have of it, which is in those stone carvings. The advantage of having a wavy blade like that is that you get more linear edge, right? And it draws material into each of these dips, right? So you end up slicing quite a bit more. It's a similar concept to a recurve blade in that it draws material in. This is what Spyderco calls a reverse S recurve on the Lil Matriarch. And that knife I used to open it is a hawkbill with a recurve. Right? Here's a recurve or reverse S blade in the Spyderco Cricket. I have an older version of that too. So yeah, it gathers material and holds it in the cutting path of the blade, and gives you a lot of cutting efficiency. And you end up with more linear edge than you would with a straight blade. So if I was to measure along the edge of this blade, I'd get more than 6 inches, even though the blade is 6 inches long from uh, the handle to the tip. Um, Interestingly, the hilt of a Kris knife or Kris sword uh, is called the Hulu, which is transliterated Hulu. Now, I don't know if that's where the streaming service got their name, but it is the same word. So yeah, the hilt, this bit here, would be the Hulu of this Kris knife. So yeah, this is not a full review. I just opened this thing up, but at just an unboxing and quick overview, size comparisons. Let's do some size comparisons to things that you might actually be more familiar with than the knives I had on the table. Here's a Benchmade Griptilian, which is not a small knife, and as you can see, this Ti-Lite is just dwarfing it. Here's a Demco 80 20.5. Here's a Spyderco Para 3. Yeah, it's a big knife. It's big even by Cold Steel standards. Here's a Cold Steel Recon 1. But it's not heavy. I mean, it's heavier than the Recon 1. So it's, it's you're going to notice it when you're carrying it. But for its size, considering that it's not very girthy, um, it's it's a reasonable weight. The Zytel handles of this thing are contoured, which makes it pretty comfortable in hand. You'd need a fairly deep pocket in order to carry this thing, and when you do, there's going to be a decent amount of it sticking out of your pocket because it's not really a deep carry clip. The blade steel on this is AUS 10A. The A is for annealed, so that's going to give you a little bit better performance than just regular AUS 10. Uh, it's a part of the heat treating process. Um, yeah, I think it's a cool looking knife. This one I found on Amazon for less than $70. If you can find one out there, I think it's a interesting find and something different to have in your collection. Um, they go for more than that, considerably more than that on the MSRP on the Cold Steel website. And they are not labeled as being the Lynn Thompson Signature Edition, although this one, I did not see Lynn Thompson's name anywhere on the actual knife, just on the sticker on the box. So this may be exactly the same thing that Cold Steel is currently selling. All right. Well, thanks, and don't forget to like and subscribe.